trying to say is, I don't know why they took it off the menu. Especially to replace it with what? Tuna? Yeah, it's disgusting. Natasha? Don't worry, she's fine. She used to pretend to care, gave me a bunch of wordless advice about letting the negative energy leave my body, and meditation, and letting my chakras align, or whatever. But she gave up. Gave me up. I still come though, since I'm pretty sure my mom would be devastated if I stopped. She's convinced it's gonna help. Eventually. I disagree. Sometimes just talking out for myself helps though. I saw him today. He was walking from Aroma Cafe. You know, the one with all the umbrellas like we're in Europe or something. Even Laguna Beach can't perfect the cobblestone of Lisbon though. I still can't go in. It's a mind game. He must be in town for his sister's birthday. He seemed fine though. Clearly. He can walk into a coffee shop like a normal person. Why is it that men get over relationships so much easier than women? What happened to the Romeos or the Rochesters of the world? Like, you pierce my soul, I think, and plan only of you. I mean, someone tell Jane Austen or the Bronte sisters that they are kidding themselves. Nowadays, if a man said that, he'd be admitted to a mental ward or an insane asylum. People would call him crazy. Crazy for what? For actually saying what he's thinking? You know, because nowadays it's more common to swipe right or something else instead of leaving it up to a chance encounter or listening to your heart rather than other things. Like hormones, Natasha, don't even get me started on hormones. Don't go thinking I'm some romance-obsessed, book-loving Hallmark girl. I'm not. I wasn't. I don't want to be. 6 months ago, my fiance broke off our engagement. Yeah. Day of our wedding, too. 2 hours and 28 minutes before I was set to walk down the aisle to John Legend. We were perfect. We liked the same sushi place, loved long walks on the beach. You know, the important stuff. We had the perfect girl meets boy meet cute. We met at a cafe, in line, and he held the door for me on our way out. We ended up going to the same poetry reading, which I never would have gone to, but Sarah dragged me to, and Jared was a loyal member, so he went every week, but I just went that one time after I got his number. We ended up talking about life instead of listening to the next Robert Frost or whatever. He was starting at a new law firm specializing in divorce law. Dang. Talk about a red flag. Anyway, turns out that job as an up-and-coming DJ in Nashville was more his speed. At least that's what he told me 6 months ago. On our wedding day. I keep telling myself it's a quarter-life crisis. That'll come around and he'll want me back. But countless line dancing videos later, and I'm starting to think I understand why my mom thinks I'm delusional. Anyway. You'd be proud of me though. I didn't even stare at him longer than a perfectly acceptable amount. I saw him turn the corner onto Marion Street, and I looked away before he was hidden by the ivy. It's basically taken over that vintage store. So yeah, perfectly acceptable amount. I can't get his face out of my head though. I mean, he looked happy, Natasha, like he wasn't weighed down by thoughts of us or our time together. I remember he was borderline obsessed with me, and he would ask me how I was all the time, so much so that I started to ignore it. And now being asked that question by him is my only want in life. And I know I'm on the brink of spiraling here, Natasha, so feel free to stop me whenever, but I miss him. I miss not feeling guilty for wanting to see him. It sucks. Dying to see someone who doesn't care about you, but who used to care about you. Whose very being used to fill you with every happiness and now wrecks you every minute, every second. I think what I need to come to terms with is the humanity of it all and how lucky I am to feel. I mean, this just goes to show how much love I have to give to the right person. I've never thought about that before. I didn't even know he listened to music, Natasha. I mean, Nashville is like the mecca of country music, and I didn't even know he knew who Morgan Wallen was. What does that say about our relationship? Was I blind? Blindsided? Gaslit? Yeah, I don't even know what that means. Not for 4 years did I listen to music with him. I mean, I literally went to Stagecoach with my sister, and he stayed back to go to a baseball game with his high school friends. He bought a Dodgers hat the day of the game. I mean, but something must be off underneath that gorgeously conditioned hair of his. Which he grew out, by the way. Yeah. He wears man buns now. The fragility of human emotion always shocks me. I mean, the very act of someone leaving or being the one to leave has ripple effects that have the capacity to shake someone, me in this case, to the very depths of my being. Wow, someone should quote me. But doesn't this flexibility of the heart also show the ability to fall in love with someone fast enough to forget the person that came before them? Oh my gosh, I'm becoming my own therapist.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for coming in, Amelia.
See you next week.